Okay, so in this example, we have that we have a numerator and we have a denominator. What is in the numerator here? They are multiplying themselves. We have 76 times 7, 76.7 times 308.2 divided by 8.04. Alright, so now we are going to do this. We are going to do this multiplication side separately. That is, what is going to be happening there is that their logs will be adding to themselves, and then you are going to now remove the log of the one that is dividing. We talk about the fact that for multiplication, when you are dealing with multiplication, you are going to add the log, and we are dealing with division, you are going to subtract. So we have that everything here will be subtracted from what is here, in the log. So this is the log of these two at the log of this, isn't it? So we are going to add these two together because they are multiplying themselves. So we are going to add their logs together. And to do that, you just go ahead and say you add this together, and that looks like multiplication. So you are going to add this together, and then it's going to give you what? It's going to give you 4.3737. 4.3737, and then we have this one under it. This is a log of this guy here, right? So let's take it to the other side so that we can just subtract it from this one. So I'm going to say 0.9053. 0.9053, and then we subtract. We subtract. If we subtract it, we are going to be having 7 minus 3, and that's 4. This we are going to borrow. We are going to borrow 1 from here. So this one remains 6. So we have 13 minus 5, and that's 8. And then we're also going to borrow again. So that is going to be giving us. Okay, so we don't need to borrow again. Now this is just 6. This is just 6. Then we can borrow from this integer. So now this one cannot go, so we can borrow from this integer. We can always borrow from the integer or whatever you add. If you are adding also, if it remains, you can add it to the what? To the integer. So let's borrow from the integer this time around. So, and that is going to be the final answer will not be what? I mean no. So we have 14. I mean, so that 13 minus 9, that will be what? 4. So this one will be remaining 3. So we have 3.46. Now, like I said again, so let's just look for the answer log first. Let's look for the answer log. So the answer log, let's write the answer log here. So the answer log is, if we check the answer log, what are we going to check? We're going to check 46 under 8. 46 under 8 difference what? 46 under 8 difference 4. 46 under 8 difference 4. Now, why are we not using this 3? We are not using this 3 yet because this 3 is just an integer. You can see that we have the integers here. We have the integers here, right? We also have the integers here. So all those points where we have points, they are integer. So what you are checking for the answer log is what? 46 under 8. 46 under 8 difference 4. Now, if you have done that, the answer log is going to be 2941. This is what to check as 2941. That is the answer log. That is the answer log, right? That's the answer log. But I told you in the last video that and the class that you must always add the decimal point here. You must always add the what? The decimal point here after finding your anti-log. Listen and listen again. You must always what? Add the decimal point here after finding the decimal point to help you to get where you are going to add the integer. Okay, so let me rephrase. It doesn't matter that you have to always put it here in calculation in real life, like I mean in the arbitrarily. So, but we put decimal point there because this number has been converted to what? Standard form. This number is in standard form because we are writing it in standard form. If you want to write it in standard form, decimal point has to move to the first and second digits. Decimal point has to move between the word first and second digits, and this is what we have written here. So this calculation here is going to tell us that decimal point was here. Do you understand? Decimal point was here for this calculation. Always remember that when you find the antilog, decimal point will be here in this place, right? Then when you now want to write your answer, you will now make sure that this 3, now this is now the integer you have here. So it means the integer, this decimal point now has to move 3 times since you have 3 in this place. Whatever you have here, that's what will determine the number of times that this decimal is going to move backward again, isn't it? Previously, we are saying that we want decimal point to move here, isn't it? Now that we are done with the calculation, the decimal points have to now move backward again. How many times will it move backward? It will move back the number of time or the number of integer that you have here. So in this case that we have 3 here, then decimal point is going to move 1, 2, 3. So your answer, your final answer is now going to be what? It's now going to be 2941. So your final answer is going to be what? 2941.